Hello learners, today's lecture is on quality control by Dr. N.Venkateshwarlu. This is the course of quality engineering and management. Introduction to quality control. First of all, we have to understand about quality control. What is quality control? It is a process through which we measure the actual performance, compare it with some standards and take corrective actions. If there is a deviation in observed performance from standard, it is a systematic procedure for meeting the quality goals. Objectives. After listening to this lecture, you should be able to define inspection, explain quality control, describe various types of specifications, discuss about different types of inspection. Concept of inspection. Inspection. A component or a product which is manufactured is required to perform certain functions as per design standards to satisfy the end users or customers. The act of checking whether a component actually does the intended job or not, meeting the design specifications or not, is known as inspection. Inspection is nothing but here what we will do, any product we are manufacturing, so that according to some specification, it may be length, it may be height, it may be a drilling operation, it may be a boring operation, it may be a turning operation, or it may be a facing operation. So, for that the dimensions will be there, that dimensions should be checked by the quality inspectors, so that is it coming according to the design standards or not. So, that is the purpose of a inspection. So, inspection is it is used in the manufacturing of products, while manufacturing some parts will be manufactured. So, the concept of inspection, it means checking the dimensions of the product for the acceptability of the manufactured product. It measures the qualities of a product in terms of pre-decided standards, its strength, hardness, shape, surface finish, chemical composition, dimensions, etc. may specify product quality. Any manufacturing, so for that we need to measure the dimensions. So, that is why we are calling it as a inspection. So, one more is inspection and testing. So, these are similar words. Inspection and testing are two confusing terms which we often use in checking the quality of a product or a service. Though these two terms are synonymously used, there is little difference between these two. Inspection is more appropriate to use when we check the quality of a product, while testing is befitting the quality checking of process, service or information. So, inspection is mainly for the manufacturing purpose, where we will inspect the product is manufactured according to the design standards or not. That specification we will measure by utilizing various tools. So, that is the difference between the testing and inspection. The specifications are inspected and performance is tested. The types of inspection. There are different types of inspections are as per the quantity and production stages. Based on quantity of inspection, census or 100% inspection, sampling inspection. Based on the stage of inspection, inward or receipts inspection, regular or routine inspection. Based on the stage of inspection, critical point stage inspection, outward or final inspection, roving inspection or patrolling inspection, spare parts inspection, service inspection. These are the various inspection types of inspections. First of all, we have to understand the census or 100% inspection. So, 100% inspection takes place. This is the inspection carried out on each and every item or a component in the manufacturing process with all the required parameters. So, here we will what we will do, any in the manufacturing process, if we are manufacturing some various parts, suppose in the machining process we are manufacturing some parts like suppose if we are manufacturing a watch. So, it has to go through various processes, machining process, pressing process, polishing process and assembly process. So, all these processes where we can inspect all the processes, all the dimensions. This type of inspection is adopted owing to the reasons that it is time consuming and expensive. If any criticality function is there and has probability of failure in the future, it must undergo 100% inspection. So, what it says, the 100% inspection, why 100% is required? Wherever it is a product we are manufacturing where the criticality of operation is there, or suppose we are manufacturing a TV, it is costly. So, we have to do 100% inspection of is it when we on it, is it on or not. So, or its picture is coming correctly or not. So, such type of inspections should be taken place 100%. So, that is the 100% inspection. All the TVs will be inspected for the display. So, that is the importance of the 100% inspection. Then comes to sampling inspection. What is sampling inspection? In the sampling inspection, suppose a manufacturing various in the you can say that the manufacturing of watches or manufacturing of nuts and bolts or any mass production is taking place where we no need to inspect all parts, then it will become costly. The cost of quality will be improved. So, such type of the mass production or similar type of production taking place in a manufacturing process where we have to implement sampling inspection. Only some parts intermittently we will inspect and it will enhance, we will inspect. If it is okay, then the process will go on. If any defect comes, immediately it will inform to the concerned person and the production will stop and the corrections will have taken place and then process will be started. That is the sampling inspection. When all the items are alike or homogeneous, it is not worth the time and money to inspect every item. In such a case, inspection of one or few items is sufficient. This type of inspection is called sampling inspection and is defined as the inspection carried out on randomly selected few sample items or space from the population or universe, and the results obtained are attributed to the entire lot or population or universe. So, this suppose once we are producing a lot 500 lot or 500 of nuts we are producing. In that we will take some samples, it may be 20 samples or it may be 50 samples. If the samples are found okay, then we accept the total lot. That is the importance of a acceptance sampling. If the lot is 500 and the sample is 20, if we the 20 samples, in that any 2 or 3 defectives comes, then the total 500 lot has to be rejected. That is the little bit disadvantage of a sampling inspection. Then comes to inward or receipts inspection. So, here the inward or receive inspection is implemented where the raw materials for manufacturing a product are inspected at the receiving stage itself. If any material coming from the suppliers, so the store, it comes to the stores, there we will inspect, or sometimes we will inspect at the supplier's end itself. So, that is known as a raw material inspection. These materials are inspected at the buyer's site or supplier's premises. This inspection is used to eliminate these materials that are not in conformance with the standards and are not fit for the purpose. The materials coming into manufacturing are inspected to conformance to specifications or regular or routine inspection. Here the regular or routine inspection during the manufacturing process, the materials. So, suppose materials, machines, operations which we have to inspect sometimes routinely. Sometimes a machine breakdown may be identified, sometimes the operator may be his health may not be good, or maybe because of some problem. So, we have to, the quality inspector has to inspect in between all the operations, manpower as well as machines. That is known as a routine inspection, or you can say that the maintenance of a machines. During the manufacturing process, the materials or operation may be inspected at a regular intervals. The intention of this inspection is to forestall any defective product instead of passing it to the next stage, which will attract unnecessary production, labor and overhead cost. So, what it is saying that here what we will see that, so if any defect comes in between, what is the advantage of routine inspection? Because if it should not allow any further defective materials to the next operation. So, it can be stopped at that place only. That is the advantage of a routine or regular inspection. Then further this will help correct the process or machine at any stage of generation of the failure. This reduces quality cost in terms of stopping the production, but induces the cost of inspection and interrupts the production. Thus, a cost benefit analysis is to be made to determine optimum number of inspections or frequency of inspection runs. Critical or stage inspection. Any production process can be delivered in to certain stage, and this is often done for the ease of administration and execution. Among all these stages of production process, a few stages or points can be observed to be critical, where close attention and care is needed. In stage inspection, products are inspected at such critical stages. For example, the inspection conducted by the field officers of the banks when they release the loans for housing constructions use this type of methodology, which is generally scheduled in 3 important stages, namely foundation stage, roofing stage and flooring or plastering stage, outward or final inspection. So, this inspection is carried out at the final stage of the product or finished product, just after before the product goes into customer hands. It involves various procedures to ensure that bad or defective products are not delivered to customers. A defective product delivered to customer may prove more disastrous than when it is with the producer. So, here the finished goods products are inspected finally before sending it to the customers. So, here what it means is that final inspection is nothing but, so in the manufacturing process there are various operations will be there. After completing all the operations, the assembly operation takes place, assembly of a TV, assembly of a watch, assembly of a car. So, once it assembled all the parts, then we say that that is a finished good. If the finished good is inspected for delivering it to the customer, before it is delivering it to the customer, it has to be inspected at the manufacturer end. That is known as finished goods inspection. So, because if any defective item reaches to the customer, it will become a disastrous, because once it feels customer feels bad about your product, so he will tell to his relatives, his friends, and so many things. In that way your sales will be down. So, that is why we have to ensure that the final product should be inspected and it should reach the store or the end customer without any quality. That is the importance of the end product inspection or final inspection. Then comes to next, quality control. Quality control is a systematic and scientific system involving the applications of industrial and statistical techniques to control the quality of manufactured products. The various systems of quality control can be grouped into the following two classes: statistical quality control, total quality control. So, these are the various types of quality control in a manufacturing process. The statistical quality control. Statistical quality control is a system that performs inspection, testing and analysis to conclude whether the quality of each product is as per the laid quality standards or not. SQC makes inspection more reliable and at same time less cost. It uses three scientific techniques, namely sampling inspection, analysis of data and control charts. The statistical quality control is mainly used in the manufacturing process to identify the defects and rectify the defects immediately, or by collecting data we can analyze why the defectives are taking place. Either it may be the machining process defect, or it may be tool defect, or it may be the material defects. So, that is the importance of a statistical quality control. Then next comes to total quality control. The quality guru Feigenbaum defines total quality control TQC as an effective system for integrating the quality development, quality maintenance and quality improvement effects of various groups in an organization to enable the production to be carried out at most economical level and to achieve satisfaction of the customer. The quality control, the reasons for carrying out quality control is that the machining processes are subjected to variations. The variations can be due to materials, tools, machines, labors, working conditions, skill of the operator, anything that is involved with their actions of product. Some variations can be rectified immediately, but others cannot be, and their causes are also not easy to trace. So, in this total quality control, so various dimensions can be controlled, either it is machine defect, or it may be a tool defect, it is a material defect, it is a training defect. So, that can be identified through total quality control and the deficiencies can be rectified. The quality control, this translates into deteriorated performance of the product and a loss of quality. The quality control strives to match the targeted performance by minimizing the variations. The process involved production are bound to vary in time, since the deviation can take place in any stage of production. It is both economical as well as scientific to introduce quality control at all levels of production. Quality control, before understanding the basics objectives of quality control, it is important to question Who sets the standards of quality? The standards of quality are set according to its specifications, that is its design. Quality control, the design remains a concept in the mind of designer until it is defined through quantified description such as drawing. Specifications are following types: standard specification, customer specification and company specification. Standard specification, for example, Bureau of Indian Standards BIS formulates inspections of a variety of product. The bodies that prescribe standards comprise members drawn from industry, research organization, government departments and interested experts. Customer specification, when standard specifications are not available for a particular customer needs, the customer provides specification to meet his particular needs. The customer needs can be obtained by market survey, need survey and maintaining long term relationship with the customers. Here what it means, the customer surveys will help in identifying the customer needs. So, how you will know about the some customer is required. Suppose nowadays a mobile phone is coming with various features. So, how the different future new features are coming up in the mobile phones. So, that type of features will be, the wants will be identified by market surveys or need surveys or maintaining long term relationship with the customers. Then next comes to company specifications. So, there are customers and suppliers. So, where the specifications will be given by the suppliers or customers to each other, so that they can produce accordingly. These are a compromise decided by contract between the customer and manufacturer. Because of constraints in manufacturing process, supply or availability of raw materials, etc. The basic objectives of quality control, the foremost objective is to improve the company's income by making product more acceptable to the customer. In other words, quality control is concerned with quality of future production, so that products provide versatility, better manufacturability, etc. Basic objective of quality control, the second important objective is to reduction of losses due to defects. Defects can arise in production machinery, instruments, raw materials and also processes. Inspection is the obvious answer for sorting defects, but quality control tries to achieve less sorting, less rework, less shutdowns, few customer returns and ultimately lower scraps. QC also puts a check on flaws that creep into service because of negligence. Basic objective of quality control. Quality control acts as a tool to judge the conformity of the process, to establish standards and take suitable action when there are deviations. Obtaining loyal customers in the long run is an important objective of quality control. In the deep understanding of quality, the efforts of an organization are described as customer centric. The phenomena of profit escalation or rise in profits is bound to occur once the organization has a base of loyal customers. Basic objectives of quality control. A major objective of quality control is associating a value to the product. A manufacturing organization recognizes that the requirements of customer change over time. In order to maintain the same value of the product, it is necessary to obtain feedback from the customer on the present worth of the product in terms of usefulness and also price. The basic objective of quality control, this process is accompanied by experimentation and modification of process. In fact, maintaining a value is a step towards developing good customer relations. The ultimate aim of the quality control is to ensure satisfaction of customers with products and services of high quality level, to build customers goodwill, confidence and reputation of manufacturer. Quality control, the principle behind quality control is based on assumption that the key quality characteristics can be defined and that measures of these characteristics can be observed. The key characteristics can be as simple as length of one part or percent impurities in a chemical solution. Once the key characteristics are defined, systems are established for controlling the mean value of characteristics. In later units, you will learn that word control refers to a statistical inference, and hence the procedure of quality control may not catch all defective arising of variations, but can significantly reduce the number of defects to a few parts per million. The key characteristics are not restricted to a technological data such as length, frequency and viscosity. The quality engineering recognizes 4 other characteristics: psychological, sensory, taste, odor and beauty, etc. Then second one is time oriented, reliability, maintainability and life, etc. Then contractual, guarantee, safety, etc. Ethical, honesty, integrity, etc. Quality control affects the operational policy of an organization. It is a fact that ultimate aim of an organization is to produce optimum quality at minimum price and ensure customer satisfaction. The competitiveness of an organization would be determined by degree of quality control undertaken. The working policy of the organization revolves about improving income without compromising quality. Stakeholders and their expectation. The people who are stakeholders, the people who are directly and indirectly affected in varying degree by operation of companies or institutions are usually thought of as stakeholders. The stakeholders may be represent from the community of investors, consumers, employees, surveyors, consumer panels and management labor negotiators. The stakeholders have the following main roles: plan and policy development, quality improvement initiative, performance monitoring for the forward planning function. Then first one, plan and policy development. The key stakeholders must play the role for the project to be successful. The stakeholders have specific interest in an organization because it benefits him. A stakeholder is involved in drawing up action plans in light of review and new guidance. They share their views with key stakeholders via established forums or networks. Quality improvement initiatives. The role of the stakeholders is very important in early stage of quality improvement initiative. In case the stakeholder senses the quality initiative as a hamper to his interests, he might withdraw from the organization. Hence, the organization develops strategies for obtaining support from the stakeholders. Performance monitoring for the forward planning function. Periodic meetings are held between the organizations and stakeholders for monitoring the performance and taking corrective actions. Conclusions. Learners, I hope you understand about what is quality control, what is inspection, types of inspection, types of quality control methods, objectives of quality control, roles of stakeholders in improving quality. So, if you have any doubts, you can ask on our mail or you can ask by phone. So, thank you very much.